Here he is. Okay. Ladies and gentlemen, Brad SImmons, Lucky Dog BBQ, Danville, Kentucky. It's your microphone. You get your own mic.
Wow, I like this. I get my own mic. I feel important.
Now, I know we're not going to talk about, you get embarrassed when I talk about the festival and what you and Cindy and the committees have done, Bob and Rick and all these people that have put together. You get a little embarrassed, so we're not going to talk about that. Let's just talk barbecue.
I like that
idea. What made you, why barbecue? How about not pizza?
You know, pizza is by far more popular than barbecue. But people ain't going to drive on 350 miles for pizza.
That's right.
They will for barbecue, won't they?
You know, Mike Mills had a saying once, it was on a poster, it said, the pizza people don't get together like this. I think that's really true, yeah. So, how long have you been doing barbecue?
Well, I'll tell you, if we go way back, probably 20 years ago, I went to a food show in Louisville. And they had one of these stainless steel cookers with the rotisserie. And I thought, wow, that would be the coolest. How successful would I have to be to have one of those in my backyard? Wouldn't that be neat? And
how many do you have now?
Oh, I've had several. We got a few of them now.
So you kind of bit the bug of barbecue by getting a pit, and did you start cooking at home or guests? Usually that's how it happens.
Absolutely. Try to practice a little bit, and then of course you think your barbecue is so wonderful, and then you got some guests come in, and it just goes on and on. Then you do a public competition, like a KCBS competition, then you get your ass handed to you.
Yeah, yeah.
So then you realize it's not very good.
Everybody believes their barbecue is the best until you get the competition bug in you and they realize it's not easy.
Yeah, I think we came in like 38th out of 35 or something like that.
38, that's a pretty.
But now in competition, as you know, the first 3 or 5 people get a check. Yeah. And the last one usually gets a bottle of bourbon. They call it the DAL award, dead ass last.
And he probably did that on purpose because this man likes bourbon, Kentucky bourbon. Now you told me yesterday you had a distinction recently. You got to cater a very famous lady's wedding.
We did. We got to cater.
Who was she?
Miss Maria Montgomery, Miss Kentucky, USA, 2009. She got married. And there were 35,000 men in this county who cried.
Well, yeah, I'm a Facebook friend of Maria's. I met her here 2 years ago, and just a gorgeous one. She was here last night. She'll be here throughout this event, I would think.
Oh,
and,
yeah.
I know she's going to be helping, I think, with the Barron and Backyard Barbecue over here, cook-off. But I saw the pictures online and the food, and it was a beautiful wedding, and you know, I never thought that you were catering it.
Yeah, we catered it, and I'll tell you what. Smart people usually hang around with smart people. Mm-hmm. Beautiful people usually hang around with beautiful people. It was a beautiful people wedding.
Beautiful people wedding.
And they really enjoyed the barbecue, which was awesome.
Lucky Dog, okay. You've been busy. The first year I was here, you worked nonstop over there at Lucky Dog, which is right over there between Desperados and Mo Cason over there. You got Hot Rod Bennett. He's the pitmaster, I guess, for you today.
Yeah, Rod's been pitting for us for several years, and I needed to get out and see what the festival's all about, because first 3 years, all I remember is head down and slicing brisket.
And you were busy.
Oh, yeah, we were very busy.
And when you talk about brisket, we're going to have a brisket for his demo. I'm going to be doing a brisket demo tomorrow. And when I first had Brad's brisket, I was shocked, because it was probably the best brisket I've had outside of Texas. Maybe one other place in Chicago had equally good brisket. I mean, it was amazing. I mean, and also now beef ribs.
Yep, beef ribs, which are pretty amazing. If you haven't seen them, you can't miss them. They're really big and a lot of fun. It's kind of like a turkey leg, but with a big hunk of steak on it. It's awesome.
And that's the chuck rib. And people want to know, and as a butcher, people ask me, say, why does it taste so good? I said, well, it's basically brisket on a bone, because the first 5 ribs are the chuck. Off the animal, the first 5 ribs are the chuck, and these bones that came from the chuck rib. You can also get plate rib bones, but they don't have the fat and flavorful as the chuck rib, and you serve those. And you got 2 sizes?
Yeah, we got a queen and a king, because the kings are really too big for, you know, a lady or a kid or whatever, and so there you go. But the king, some people like it. So anyway, so we have the smaller ones and we have the bigger ones, whichever you want. But you're getting almost a pound of meat. The queens are a little under a pound, and the kings are a little over a pound. So anyway, it's just a lot of fun, and it's something you don't get very often.
In Texas, they're going to be very popular, and some of the best pitmasters in Texas, they sell those for $25 to $26 a pound, and usually that's just one rib.
Yeah, that's crazy.
You know,
That's
and
crazy.
they sell out every day.
Yeah. Yeah, we got them here. They're like $8 and $10.
That's a deal, okay? Now let's just talk a little bit about the festival. I mean, you have to be happy with all this, how this has come out.
Oh, yeah. Yeah, we're delighted, and we're delighted with the weather gods. I don't know. I lead a very unclean life, but the weather gods always smile upon me for some reason.
And it raises a lot of money for a lot of great charities, and I think, you know, that's what makes it all worthwhile is when you see the return it makes back to these charities and to Danville downtown.
The community's only strong when they take care of their people. Mm-hmm. And we raised $14,000 last year at the art auction and the VIP event.
How much?
$14,000 at the auction.
Wow.
And then there'll be monies raised from ticket sales. So
that's amazing.
If you're an art sponsor or an artist, you get a complimentary ticket, but there are lots and lots of people there. There was 300 or 400 people there last night. So a lot of people paid for tickets, so that's extra money, goes directly to United Way. And then, of course, we write a big check to United Way as well.
And the food was really good. We have to thank the Pitmasters, too, because the Pitmasters all contributed an entree item for that. And I thought the food last night was amazing. It was the best we've ever had.
That's their deal.
Yeah.
So you want to set up here, you got to provide us with as much food as those VIPs can eat.
Yes.
And they send pans and pans and pans of food over. And it's hard to stop. I had a little bit from everyone last night, and oh my gosh, I ran out of time or I would have had seconds.
It was good. Now, we mentioned this yesterday, and she was here, but you can't see her because she's like blur, just running all over this place. Behind every successful man is a, what? Woman.
Successful woman.
Behind every successful event is a woman somewhere, too, being successful. And that's his wife, Cindy. And y'all work, you work a lot together. Your business is together and real estate together, and now you put a festival on together.
We're usually never more than about 6 feet apart, whether we're sleeping, working, playing, whatever. But here at the festival, I don't see her for days. Cindy will pull, I'm going to brag on Cindy and Myrna and a couple of the other ladies too. They'll pull all-nighters and then get 2 hours sleep, then pull another all-nighter. I don't know how they do it. But anyway, a lot of work goes into it. Cindy takes, as does Myrna, takes about a month off ahead of the festival and just does barbecue full-time. Myrna's even more full-time than that. And then I take the last few weeks off from our business, all volunteers. So it's pretty fun. But we want to make sure that it's a good experience for people, for Danville, for Kentucky, and for the barbecue festival. Our main thing is, my job is to make sure that there's people here, and so that the Pitmasters can get to sell their barbecue and talk. And you know, there's a lot of networking that goes on here. It's not just about selling a pork sandwich. It's hooking up with the spice guy and the companies who make the smokers, and you know, cigar deals for Mo and bourbon and all that stuff. So it's a real good networking thing, because with barbecue, everybody's family. It's just everybody. I mean, really, people get along. It's family. It's love.
And you know, they tried. A lady last night tried to trick me at the art auction. She said, she came up to me and she said, "Do y'all really get along?" And I said, "Ma'am, this is the reason I'm here. I mean, I could have gone other places, but the reason I'm here is because I love these guys and these girls and the Pitmasters over here, and because we all get along. There's no competition between us, and we all learn from each other."
I wouldn't say we get along. It's like family.
Yeah, we get along like family.
Yeah, well, no, we get along better now.
It depends on the family.
You send a text out, boom, you got
it.
Instant help from all your buddies.
And I think a big coup for you last year was getting Mike Mills here. I mean, we're going to interview Mike. We have 2 demonstrations here later, one today, one tomorrow. You know, how'd you get Mike?
Well, I don't know how that whole thing started, but he has cooking classes. If anyone's interested in learning how to barbecue, he has cooking classes to show you how to work that pit, and then he's got another cooking class. He's got a restaurant, a barbecue restaurant boot camp, and then a barbecue catering boot camp, and then a whole hog boot camp where they do 4 whole hogs, and all different ways, all different styles. Some are injected, some are sitting up, some are laying out, and then they cook it, and then to watch it go from the cooler to served, and you can see and taste the difference. It's an amazing experience. So if any of you ladies out there, and I'm being sexist here, but if any of you ladies out there want to get your man something that's really unique for a birthday or for Christmas, that is the ultimate experience if you all are into barbecue. And there's a lot of ladies who go too. I was in class with a couple ladies. One from the Canary Islands.
Wow.
Yeah, so Mike draws people in from all over to come to these classes. They're always very small, 10 or maybe 15. And that's where I met Carrie. And, you know, it's just, you build good relationships with good people.
And what's interesting is if you take this epiphany of barbecue that's happened in maybe the last 10 years, like we've had in Chicago with my brands and other places, a lot of those pitmasters, a lot of those professional pitmasters that make a living doing this went to Mike's classes.
I was in class with Carrie, who was very established at the time. He'd already won Bon Appetit's Sauce of the Year and Ribs of the Year and all this other stuff. But I was also in with this guy, and he had Escalade with license plate, vanity plates, and it said Baby Ray or something like that. Anyway, it was just a regular guy, you know, fat old guy like me. Anyway, so we're standing in the bathroom and we're at the urinal, and I look over and I said, "So what's the deal? What do you do?" He says, "Well, about 10 years ago I started this barbecue sauce in my garage, and pretty soon I was doing $6 million a year, and then I sold it." And he says, "Today Walmart and Sam's Club alone sell over $6 million of Sweet Baby Ray's." You may have heard of it. So I'm in class. I'm in cooking class with Dave Raymond.
Dave Raymond.
It was pretty cool. So anyone here ever hear of Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce? Probably the most famous barbecue sauce ever.
And Dave Raymond's a great guy. I've met him many times.
What a sweetheart.
He's on the same level with Mike Mills and the respect that he gets from people. And so you've got that. Yes. So you met Dave Raymond, Sweet Baby Ray's barbecue sauce, in a bathroom in Illinois.
In a bathroom in Illinois.
It's a good story right there.
There's a picture on our barbecue website with me standing next to Dave in front of Mike's pit, and Dave's giving me a big smooch on the cheek. So, you know, it's family. It's love. Barbecue is all about family and chilling and love and everything.
And like I said, this is kind of a theme for this festival. The pizza people don't get together like this. You don't see a pasta festival, do you? You don't see those kinds of things, but you do see barbecue because it all brings us together. Thank you so much for what you do for Danville and for the Pitmasters, for Boyle County, and for the state of Kentucky. I mean, the world would be a much lesser place without you and Cindy.
Oh, well, thank you very much. And none of it's possible without people like you. I sincerely mean that. I'm not trying to blow sunshine up your butt. This is serious stuff. I mean, the volunteers, we have one of our close friends, an attorney over here.
North Carolina, I came from.
Asheville, North Carolina. One of her best friends, her spouse is here. They came up to volunteer for the whole weekend. And it's not just Friday night, Saturday, and Sunday. It starts on Wednesday or Thursday and rolls on until Tuesday morning. They're here volunteering. Everybody just comes because it's a lot of fun. We even have stuff like that. Even just the don't do it. He's like, don't do it. Don't do it. Hi, Sean. Good to see you. So it was just a lot of fun. We really appreciate you all coming.
Well, we're glad to have you. And we're going to continue this on. We'll see tomorrow. I need right here tomorrow for my demo. I need one of your briskets. And we're going to shine, and we're going to get to see what Lucky Dog BBQ does on this brisket. It's amazing. Brad, thank you.
Thank you, Tim.